Hi everyone, we're here today with Susan Richter, who's an RN and a nutritionist, amongst many other things. I'm going to let her explain everything that she does in just a moment, but I want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
Nice to be here.
So tell us what you do and all your credentials.
Well, I started out as a colon therapist, and everybody laughs when I say that, but I used to think that death began in the colon. And over the years, I soon learned that that wasn't exactly right, that if you had a problem in your colon, it wasn't in the colon, it was actually up higher in the body, that you weren't properly digesting your food, or maybe you weren't even eating the right food. So my search led me to a lot of different things. I looked at formulas that were made by companies that would show you how to use them, who to use them for. I would study them and for a long time because I have brain damage. And I soon figured out that they were right, that it does have everything to do with digestion. You could eat all the right things or take all the right supplements, but if you're not digesting your food, you actually don't get the nutrition from it. So I brought a little show and tell because this is the most dramatic way of showing people exactly how enzymes work.
Okay. So you are an enzyme specialist?
Oh yeah, I'm a Loomis Digestive Health, Advanced Loomis Digestive Health Specialist.
Okay.
And I am a colon therapist, a registered nurse, and a certified nutritionist. So
That's a lot.
you get, this is oatmeal.
Okay.
You get to look and smell and tell everybody on camera
it just
there
smells like oatmeal.
that it's oatmeal.
Yes.
And it's like a little magic trick I do.
Okay.
These are enzymes by Howard Loomis. This one is called Digest.
And you have all different ones for...
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. This is a basic digestive enzyme, and I'm just gonna put a couple of them in here. This is actually, you would use 2 for meals, 1 for snacks. This is my normal
Before you
oatmeal
eat?
breakfast. It goes down with the first bite of food.
Okay.
So, as you can see, as I stir it, it gets more liquid. And then I'm going to put the top on and shake it a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to put the top on this one. And we'll come back to this again, but just so you see, this is oatmeal without enzymes. And this is oatmeal with enzymes. See, it's almost like milk.
Yes.
Very
I really
quick.
broke that up. Yeah, really fast.
Now,
Like 5 seconds?
yep. Now, enzymes are actually living. You can't produce an enzyme in a lab. It's not like a vitamin or a mineral. You have to grow them, and they have a life force. And the nice thing about them is you can mix and match them. Like if your meal is protein, fat, and carbohydrate, you want the enzymes that digest protein, fats, and carbohydrates. And they are very different. They're grown differently. They have different names. Amylase, for example, is what digests carbohydrates, and lipase is what digests fats, and protease is what digests protein. So this is the basic digestive enzyme. We have 8 different kinds of digestive enzymes. We determine if you're having trouble digesting protein or fat or carbohydrates or a combination of those things. And then the enzyme for digestion is based on that.
And how do you determine that?
We do a 24-hour urinalysis and we send a sample to the lab. And in about 3 days, we get the results. It tests 19 different things, and it tells us the condition of the small intestine, the large intestine, the liver, the spleen, the gallbladder, the stomach, the lungs, the sympathetic nerves, the parasympathetic nerves, and all of the glands.
Okay.
So on this chart, you see 3 figures, and you see a lot of colors. Each one similar to acupuncture, each one is connected to a different system or organ in the body. So we palpate here, for example, and if there's pain there, then we know that you're having trouble digesting fats. Now, fats in their digested form provide essential fatty acids. And everybody thinks, oh, we shouldn't eat fats because we don't want to get fat.
Right.
But every cell in your body has a fatty acid cell wall. Without fat, you wouldn't have anything to hold your cells together.
Well, that would be a problem.
So your brain is mostly fat cells, your liver is mostly fat cells. There's a few other places that are mostly fat cells, but that is where you have pain if you're not properly digesting your fats. If you're not digesting your carbs, it would hurt here. And if you're not digesting your proteins, well, it would hurt on your shins. Right here. If you come to my office, you go home with this.
Okay.
Because after we do the urinalysis and the palpation and we figure out how to help you digest your food and we figure out the food that you should be avoiding or the food that you should be adding in, then you also know where your sensitive points are.
Right.
Our medicine came from herbs, plants. That was our original medicine.
Right.
We dug that valerian root out of the ground and we extracted the active ingredient and we made a capsule from it or a pill that we call Valium. So all of our plants are medicinal.
Yes.
And when you combine them in certain ways, they address the adrenal gland or the thyroid or digestion itself. So these points are representative of all the different formulas that we have, and there are about 56 of them.
Wow.
And then I find out, what do you think is wrong with you?
Okay.
We do a signs and symptoms survey. Everybody groans when I say it's 16 pages long, but it's large print and it's very telling because, like I said, if you have pain in your shoulders, I know from that you're not digesting your fats. But there are lots of other symptoms. If you can't go to sleep, it's the sympathetic nerves. But if you can't stay asleep, it's the adrenal gland. So the symptoms play a very important part, especially when you tell me what's the big symptom that I'm going after. Because I like that.
Right, okay. Good.
Because I can target exactly that
That
symptom.
sounds wonderful. Very customized, very specific.
Yeah. Would you like to see what happened after a few minutes of our conversation? This is oatmeal with no enzymes.
Wow.
This is oatmeal with enzymes.
That's fantastic, really.
This you can't absorb by your cells. This you can.
Okay, so how can everybody find out more about you and what you do?
My website is nextlevelhealing.com, and I'm located in Denville, New Jersey, and my phone number is 973-586-0626. Hope to hear from you.
Great. Well, thank you for being here today and sharing all this knowledge.
My pleasure.
And for everything health and wellness, visit wellnessgala.com.